And welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Safety Systems. When it comes to safety systems, for 20 years, they have been helping East Tennessee residents and businesses. They do everything. Basically, if you have to keep your stuff up to code in terms of your business. You have to keep your place up to code in terms of fire safety systems. They come out and do the testing for you. Not only can they install it, but they also do the testing and the monitoring to make sure you're up to code. Security and camera systems for your home or business. Life and fire safety, as I mentioned. And then, of course, top audio video systems, whether that's a home theater system for your home or if you need a communications room, a media room in your office, in your business. They can do it all. Safety Systems. Give VFL J.J. Surlis a call this week. All right. Ryan, I'm going to let you lead us through this segment. Signing day, 10 days away. Who are the three biggest targets on Tennessee's list right now? I'll go ahead and let you show the folks at home, and we'll just take these. We'll let you run through one, and then we'll throw questions, and then two, and questions, etc. So who's top on your list?
Well, we got to start with the guy whose name, not just on this board, was on the rock yesterday on campus.
He's on the rock.
Five-star running back Zach Evans of Houston. He's been had a wild recruitment. Was signed with Georgia last month. Was ready to announce his decision at the Under Armour game. Got out of his letter of intent. Now he's back on the market. And now Georgia's back in it, it sounds like. He might even get his last visit next weekend. Just a crazy recruitment. Long way to go in that one. But Tennessee gets him on campus this week after visiting him just a few days ago. Kind of a new contender there. Looks like Ole Miss in the picture. They hosted him on a visit last weekend too. Debating on whether Texas A&M is still in it. Some people say they're fading out. LSU was in it. They appear to be out now. So where does he go? All bets are off in that one. But Tennessee's at least got a shot now after hosting him this weekend.
It's funny, Tennessee's kind of mixed in with the two weirdest recruiting stories of the year, Jay Hardy and now Zach Evans. The thing with Zach Evans is, despite all the off-the-field stuff, if Tennessee were to land him, he could be their best playmaker among the skill positions. So I think he's an instant impact guy that could contend for a starting spot right away.
How big? Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
I was going to say, I'll add this too. Some off-field concerns here. Yeah. Some, at least maturity issues. And something you got to take into account. That's one of the reasons some of these teams have dropped off. But he's such a good talent. He's the number one running back in the country. I think a lot of coaches say you just got to overlook that at some point with some of these talents.
How much does the fact that Tennessee doesn't have a running backs coach right now impact?
It's something they're at least having to address this weekend, you would think. And one factor some people are wondering, he's been recruited a lot by Texas A&M. If he has any thoughts or anything on Jay Graham coming, does that impact his decision at all? We'll see. I don't know if that's a big deal, but could be.
Okay, who's number two on your list?
Malachi Wideman, another name that was not on the board until earlier this month, and he's been committed to Florida State since May. Ends up visiting Tennessee last weekend after the Vols made a run at him earlier this month, and now Tennessee looks like a legitimate contender for him. After that coaching change at Florida State, I don't see quite the connection there, so he's still feeling out the new staff at Florida State. Visiting Oregon this weekend. It sounds like he's visiting another Ole Miss target, Ole Miss next weekend. So still an open recruitment somewhat, but I think in the end it might come down to Tennessee and whether he just sticks with that new staff at Florida State. So an elite receiver that Tennessee's got a shot at.
How is Tennessee, are they looking at him as somebody they really need because you're missing a bunch of receivers? That looks like where you're going to be maybe as thin as anywhere on the team. So is suddenly he more important than he would have been?
I mean, I think they've been wanting receivers all along, obviously, and I think as you see, you don't see all the targets on this list, but the one we'll get to in a minute, another possible receiver, and there's another receiver on campus this weekend, so they clearly want to add another receiver in this class. Wideman looks like he's at the top of the board, but certainly they would just love to have another receiver either way.
Even with the transfers they brought in.
Yeah. Only two true receivers, really, that they signed last month.
And the last one?
The last one, D. Beckwith. First name is DeMarcus, but goes by D. He's a four-star athlete from Florence, Alabama. Been a Tennessee target for more than a year now. Tennessee's gotten more heavily involved here lately. It's a Tennessee-Florida battle, it looks like, down the stretch. He's at Florida this weekend, visited Tennessee on Sunday and Monday. Basketball player might not take any more visits down the stretch, so it looks like a Tennessee-Florida battle.
Ryan, he's played in high school a lot of different positions. Where do you see him projecting at Tennessee if he gets you?
Tennessee has not specified and has kind of left it open. They've said he could play anywhere on offense, essentially, running back, receiver, tight end. 6'4", 215, big-bodied guy. You can do a lot of things with him. I think receiver or tight end's the most natural fit, but the running back thought is interesting too, maybe depending on whether you get a guy like Zach Evans, because there are already three potential running backs in this class.
Very good. Excellent. Appreciate it. Now there's your primer for signing day. We'll talk about it next week again, I'm sure. I want to talk next, though. Everyone out there, we got more football and basketball to come, but everyone knows about UConn and the Lady Vols getting together this week. went smoothly, didn't turn out the way the UT fans wanted it to, but is that a rivalry that should be brought back permanently? And would that be a good move for Tennessee? Come on back, we'll discuss.